Here in SVG, and already we have on the line Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas. Kingsley, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Yes, it's Friday and a Monday, right?
Well, I have to admit that you remind me that yesterday wasn't Friday. But I am a bit pleased to make some observation on the roads. I noticed that the authorities had persons going out and cleaning the roads. And I see an improvement where the persons who have the contract to remove the debris on the roads seem to do a relatively good job. I am hoping that they continue, and by Monday, we will see absolutely no debris on the side of the road. So I want to take time off to applaud the authority and the persons who are responsible for cleaning the roads, that it looks well. And I don't know if you understand that we had another accident where somebody lost their life in the countryside.
Yes, we spoke. Yeah, we spoke about that. We spoke about that in first segment. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm still convinced that more needs to be done to discipline van drivers. I think that the van drivers are the most indisciplined drivers on the road. Whenever you hear a serious accident, it's always a minibus or something. And we need to spend more time. So the traffic talk takes place here every single day. And you don't get the impression from the police that they're making an appeal, especially to that segment. Minivan drivers need to be more responsible because they provide a service that people need. And they have to understand that they should be more responsible for how they do this service. But you know what happens? Sometimes the police try to caution a driver or a conductor, and the passengers in the van will turn and abuse the police officer and say, he's playing with you, you want to pass straight on his shoulder and all that thing. And when we have everybody's accident, they have a criteria where they want us to fight for them when they have these kind of accidents. But they are responsible sometimes. And we need to see people taking the responsibility and themselves to be responsible. It have people going to Kingston this morning, stop these vans, and you'll be surprised to see how the van drivers is going to drive recklessly just getting from before next van. And this stuff about that. So I'm making sure to this Friday. So have a wonderful weekend and talk to you right here on Friday.
All right. So talk to you on Monday, Kingsley.
Okay, all right.
All right. Take care. All right. All right, so that was our commentary segment with Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas. And yeah, that topic of vans and van drivers. And sometimes it's not even, we could also lump some private drivers into that same category too, well, because some private drivers just act like some van drivers on the road as well, just real wild. So it's another one of those topics where we don't know how many times we need to talk on it and how many times or how many different ways we can expand on it, right? But van drivers, I don't know if you want to live with the guilt of possibly causing the death of somebody else, right? So before you do your nonsense, stop and think about that. If you can actually live where if you do a reckless act and it results in, let's say, a lifelong disability for somebody or even death, can you live with the guilt of that? And maybe you might just improve on the way in which you drive on the roads. All right?
Maybe they can then. I don't know. Trinidad has this thing. I read something in the news. They had about 14,281 motorists had exceeded their demerit points on their permits, and they were not supposed to be allowed back on the roads for a period of time. But the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Transport and Works says that the system is proven to be a challenge because when they give out these notices to the motorists, they're not really getting any response rate, and it seems as though there isn't something is just holding up the process.
But look at what that is saying. They send it through post. Who gets notifications by post.
Well,
So the method in which they're using to get information to persons is outdated.
so they need to try something else.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So
okay.
yeah. Sometimes it's just the little things. Sometimes the little things. Like I want to hear people tell me that they send something through post. You send something through post. When am I going to get it? How many persons actually go to the post office or expect to go to the post office and receive mail? So
well, if they let you know that it's there, then you have a reason to go.
well then no, but then in that case, and you call me and then I will tell you to send it by email. But it's these little things as well sometimes. So you can't put the blame on the motorist when it's their method of getting information to the persons that's faulty. So anyways. All right. So we are going to head into another topic at this time. An interesting one that we came across yesterday as well. And we seem to be finding independent candidates coming out of the woodwork.
Here is another one on the scene, a lady, Miss Kenna Kettles, and she has announced her candidacy for West St. George. That's
hot, but I don't know going on with West St. George constituency, but that seems to be the seat to watch for next elections.
So West St. George is getting a new independent candidate who intends to contest in the next, in the upcoming elections. So she is an entrepreneur. She is a professional manager. Just a little bit more details on her. She's from Bel Air. So, oh Lord, I clicked. Okay. So she's from Bel Air. She was raised in Fairbairn Pasture. And she has always been passionate and intentional about making positive changes in her society. She's confident that she will be able to bring about the changes that West St. George needs. West St. George, you hear that? Kingsley is from West St. George. Is that his constituency, right?
I'm not sure if he is from there. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Possibly because he was advocating for Shaka. I think so. Could be.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Right. So she said it is time for less talking and more action. She used to be on the NDP's women's arm. She was the vice president of the NDP's women's arm in 2022. She also served as the PRO Tempore president of the West St. George Women's Group. And she's now, even though she served as the vice president of the women's arm, it is important to note that she's not associated with the NDP anymore. She's running as an independent candidate. All right. And that is it there. Kenna says, for West St. George, listen to this. Kenna Cattell says, it is time for you to have a representative who leads with integrity and a genuine concern for its people and the development far beyond the self-gain, and the tokenism. All right, there you have it. There you have it, people. Another candidate on the scene. How many more will we see?
All right. So any thoughts with regards to
I was I have to do some more research into this independent candidate thing. I was trying to get some information about it, but I didn't. I don't like what I'm finding, so I'll come back. I'm coming back with it.
Okay. All right. Well, I inquired just a little bit on her. I was told that she isn't. She may be around 30, or may just be around the age of 30. So she's very young indeed, and looking to be involved in politics. All right. So let's take this call before I get into more of it. Hi, caller. Good morning. Morning, caller. Hello, caller. Hello. All right. All right. So with regards to her, what it is that I find interesting is that we have at least she's the third such person. Let's try again. Okay. Hi, caller. Morning.
Hello. You got me Basidi, man.
We have your Basidi on your phone. How your Basidi?
You're using thing where you don't know. You're not a custom too. Not true.
Yeah, man. Something going on. I love the excitement. I love the excitement. I love a new candidate, man. Excite me. I am all excited. Politics in your face. Buddy, what do the big man say? The Prime Minister must he said, boy, just look like it. I am going to kick off on this politics, I'm very serious. Because politics, Politics is serious business, as some of us understand it, right? But I am heartened. I am encouraged. I just spoke about my good friend there in Central Leeward with that new party, what? National Liberation Movement. That is why there's
Yes, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah. So Doris, and another woman come forward as an independent candidate. Boy, she must have got a big man sponsoring she. I wonder politics call for plenty
So why
money,
can't be a big
because
woman sponsoring she? Why it have to be a big man?
all right. Well, I like that. And you know what would be the biggest news for me? It was to hear Roleza come on the political scene, or Dianna, somebody from the media, somebody announce, who bright, you know,
Nah, you don't hear my name in them things.
And who ain't afraid now? What do you mean what happened? People too?
Yeah, but not for them. I don't stand for those things. They wouldn't hear my name in those things. I don't stand for what politics is about.
You see, but that is
Partisan
the
politics.
problem. But you see, that's also a problem, Dianna.
I
But
don't
anyway,
stand
go
for
ahead.
what partisan politics is
I
about.
go pick that up with you after.
The promotion of division. I promote unity.
But if you get involved, you could create the change.
No, but the thing is, the only change I could create is if I make all the parties one. Because once you have separate parties, that is division, and once you have different people voting for different people, that is always division, and it will always be
No, but it
division.
doesn't have to be nasty. It's partisan, yes, but it doesn't have to be nasty.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about it doesn't have to be nasty, but it will still be promoting division. Yes, Dave.
I believe it's trying for us. We don't want the boy, but I am all excited, really excited. I'm looking forward for the other woman. Woman! Them men been taking advantage of you, eh? Nobody can call my name and say me take advantage of a woman, Otherwise, they sue them right away. Nobody. This is one man. Nobody can call my name and say I do this to any woman, And some of them who attack, they ain't got no shame. And some women afraid the man are afraid to talk about the men them who do them well, And I tell you, I just love this excitement. I hope the woman can make a difference this time. To hell with all the men them. Why y'all can't?
You folk cut off for itself. All right. We got this point. Yes, so it is interesting to see another woman stepping forward as a candidate. And there are many times when women don't get involved in politics for part of the reason that Dianna is indicating, where it's nasty and it's tribal, right? But it also can mean if you do get involved, not you necessarily, Dianna, but if somebody gets involved and they're about the business and not about the commerce and the pulling down and the tearing down. If you're just about getting the business done, then we can see a change in what we're currently seeing or what was of the past. Because I still strongly believe that for us as younger persons, we don't care about the nastiness. We just want to see progress being made for our country. All right. What it is that is also interesting for me with this is that, there's always been this talk, do we need a third party? Right? So Miss Kittels, she was a part of the NDP. She does not wish to be noted on their slate of candidates. No, I don't know if she may have inquired of whether or not she could have joined the ULP to be a part of theirs. I don't know if any such discussion has happened, but she has chosen to run as an independent candidate.
I like how you're leaving out my other two parties. She could have also joined the NLM.
Well, maybe she didn't know about them at that point.
I just played.
Well, and you know what would be interesting is, let's say if those persons were to win their seats, then what happens, right? So yes, it's interesting to see that in this case, she has decided to run as an independent candidate, which can also, like the same case when we spoke about Miss Charles, let's say if she were to win her seat as an independent, it can upset in terms of the votes for whichever constituency. If you get 7-7, then that person can become the tiebreaker. Well, tiebreaker in a sense where you're not sure of which side the person is going to go to, which existing political party they are going to join, right? So yes, that whole thing of maybe do we need a third party? Are persons, let's say, tired of the ULP? They do not see a hope for the NDP with the NDP, right? And I'm just saying what people tend to say. I'm not saying that these thoughts are exactly mine, okay, folks? Is it a case where, with those things that I just mentioned, is it a case where persons are thinking that there needs to be a new party because the two existing parties, they're just not cutting it for some folks, right? So those are my thoughts when I came across this particular story, knowing that she was previously a part of the NDP. All right, so it's left to be seen what's going to happen with that constituency. I think that seems to be the constituency that is up. That would be interesting to see how the votes go, right?
That's the hot girl.
Again, some persons are not of the opinion that independent candidates can make a change, they can make a difference, but we saw what happened when James F. Mitchell ran as an independent candidate many, many years ago. All right, so who knows? But yes, it's good to see more women stepping forward to be a part of politics. And I was going to say something, but I'll leave it for another day, right? Let me just leave that alone. Yes, it's good to see more women stepping forward to be a part of politics. So any final thoughts?
Nah, go through. Let's see if Monday we're gonna hear another. If we hear some more, it will be very, very interesting. But let's wait and see. Monday morning.
All right. So the time
New candidates coming. Okay.
Well,
I'm done.
launch of the party for Miss Charles is on Monday.
Yes.
So
yes,
that's that would be interesting to see in terms of if she does have a slate of candidates and what difference they're going to make. And I find sometimes the wording for a lot of these persons who put forward themselves as candidates is interesting because it just sounds like so much of the same, right? It almost sounds like you've seen somebody say something and you just change up the words a little bit, So I think sometimes even with that, it's to what are you actually saying that is going to encourage me to take you seriously and to vote for you, But let me not be too harsh on people, right? People are stepping forward, especially younger folks.
When they bring out the manifesto.
Well, yeah, right? But it's also good to see younger folks getting involved in politics as well, because maybe we do need some fresh blood. All right. Time here in SVG, it is 8:03, and our time check came to you with the compliments of New Haven.